still one of the best atmospheres I'd ever been involved in. With Germany having the proximity to so many different countries. So then you take the game down in Kaiserslautern, which, that part of Germany is pretty close to the Italian border. And we also have, I think, about 20 or 25,000 expat Americans living in that area because of the big military presence we have there. It really was a stadium where 40,000 people, where 20,000 are rooting for America and 20,000 are rooting for Italy, and it's a wild game with sendings off and everything, and then with us being able to hold on for the draw and then to get that result against the future champions always has that little bit extra meaning later. So that was cool because I'd come back from injury and it kind of won my spot back late in the season, and we were struggling big time. We were pretty deep in the relegation fight, and we just put together a tremendous run at the end of the season to have one of the best escapes ever, and being able to then win away at Portsmouth. Danny scored. I didn't have the busiest, best game of my career, but obviously I had to be sharp and be on the ball to keep it at 0, and so it was a lot of fun. There'd been so much hype. Season ticket sales were great, something that the city had been waiting for a long, long time. The expectation with myself coming home and being a part of this, that little bit of doubt that's always in your mind. Did I make the right choice? Should I have stayed in Europe? Should I have come home? And what I didn't want to do is leave that first game thinking, wow, what did I just get myself into? And to be able to win that game, have the response from the crowd, from the city, from the press, it just justified everything. I remember sitting at home with my wife after the game just saying, what would have happened if you hadn't have been involved in that? It's amazing, because there was a time too where it was like, well, maybe I play one more year in Europe and I come back in July when the transfer window opens, and I thought, well, I really wanted to be there from the first day of preseason, set an example, really kind of lead this thing the right direction. And then after that first game, that was it. It was truly the right choice was made. The very first year when we won the Open Cup in DC, there was a huge disappointment that we really felt that the game should have been hosted in Seattle. So then you had that big drive the next year, say, hey, let's get to the final so then we can host the game in the Open Cup, which is exactly what we did, and we broke the record. Then we came back a third time, hosted it again, broke the record again, and tremendous atmosphere from day one. And I think the coolest thing that I take out of that game is a statistic that somebody had said to me, that there was 37,000 people at the game. And they estimated that about 20,000 weren't season ticket holders. So we have 36,000 people who come week in and week out, and another 20,000 that are happy to come when they get the opportunity. And that's on a Tuesday night with very little notice of building this thing up. So very cool. As the numbers kept rising, and they kept saying, there's just more and more people coming to thank you and the team and to usher in your retirement and that, there was that responsibility that I felt like I did the first game. Man, if there's these extra people coming to watch me play, I just don't want them to leave disappointed. I just don't want them to come out and say, God, why did I make the effort to come to this game and then have that happen? And so I was happy that I was able to make some saves and help the team. But then just like the Argentina game, just like the Brazil game, when your team can then score the goals and win, and you're not just that I have the pride of saying, okay, I had a good game, it was a shame the result didn't go well, but you can just say it was, and then we won the game, and the feeling that everybody, it was a fun night.